No way! How could you be the president? What on earth happened?
I'm not the same person I used to be. My name is Yukimune. I work as a regular employee at a company. I'll make sure to take care of that for you. Being serious is my only strong point, and I've been with this company since I graduated. Thank you for your help the other day, Yukimune. Don't worry about it. I can always count on you, Yukimune. I'm glad to hear that. Taking responsibility for what people ask me to do, that's my motto and a rule I've always lived by. I'm single now, but I used to be married. Her name was Aki. We fell in love and got married, but...
You are unreliable.
Unreliable? What do you mean?
Do I have to spell it out? Your income, your sense of responsibility as a man. You are just unreliable.
But I've been doing my best.
I just can't take it anymore.
With those words, she handed me the divorce papers. Since then, I've been living the single life. She remarried pretty quickly. Maybe she already had another guy and divorced me to be with him. After the divorce, I didn't have any particular hobbies, so I threw myself into work. I worked every day for the company, doing my job earnestly and honestly. You've been working hard lately. Thank you. You're getting good reputations with our clients.
I appreciate hearing that.
You're now one of the company's top performers. Even the president has high hopes for you. I'm just doing my job seriously. Then, one day, maybe eating out once in a while isn't a bad idea. I decided to stop by a somewhat upscale Chinese restaurant on my way home from work. Now, what should I order?
Hey, Yukimune!
Hey, Aki. I unexpectedly ran into my ex-wife. She was with her current husband, Yuji. Is this guy your...
Yes, he's my ex-husband. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to move forward and is still stuck in a job that doesn't offer much opportunity.
Sorry about that.
What's this? Dining alone? The single life sure is carefree, isn't it?
Come on, cut him some slack.
That's not helping at all, you know.
They seemed to find it amusing that I was eating alone and had a good laugh at my expense. Why did I even marry a woman like her? It's the greatest shame of my life. You're disturbing the other customers. Try to tone down the loud laughter.
What? We are not laughing that loudly.
If you're jealous, there's no need to take it out on us. Yeah, it's quite a bother. What? The person who spoke up was the owner of the restaurant. Mocking other customers is nothing but disruptive behavior. If you continue, I'll have to ask you to leave.
How dare you talk to a customer like that?
There are other customers here besides you. When the owner said that, everyone in the restaurant turned their attention to Aki and Yuji.
What kind of place is this? The food isn't even that good.
For something not so good, you sure polished off that dumpling set. Thank you for that.
That's because we paid for it.
I see. Thank you very much. The owner said this with a hint of sarcasm. then pointed toward the entrance. The exit is that way. They stormed out of the restaurant in anger. Sorry, my ex-wife caused some trouble. Don't worry about it. We're friends, right? I was a regular at this restaurant after I became single, so the owner and I knew each other well. He even knew how things ended between Aki and me. That's why he stepped in to help when he saw the exchange between us earlier. You've had a rough time, huh? How about finding a new wife and showing her up? Unfortunately, I haven't met anyone yet. The day after running into Aki, I was at another company for a presentation. This is a big company. The CEO is supposed to be attending today's presentation. I've got to stay focused. If we land this deal, our company's sales for the quarter will significantly surpass last year's. I was excited since a special bonus was likely on the line. I've prepared all the material thoroughly. Now it's all up to how well I can present. Good afternoon. My name is Yukimune, and I'll be handling the presentation today.
Nice to meet you. I've heard a lot about you.
Wait, you've heard about me? Have I done something worth talking about? I can't think of anything.
You mean you're not aware?
Sorry, I'm not very up-to-date on gossip.
No need to be embarrassed. You're well known in the industry for being reliable.
I see. I'm glad it's not something negative. After the introductions, I began my presentation. That concludes my presentation. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
These are great materials.
Thank you.
The content was clear, and as far as I'm concerned, we can move forward with the contract.
I felt relieved hearing the CEO say that. Thank you.
Well, we'll review it internally, and then we'll proceed with the official contract.
Suddenly, the CEO stared intently at me. Is there something on your mind?
How about joining our company?
What?
I'll double your current salary.
Wow, that's quite an offer. But
As I've heard, your work is meticulous, and your materials were flawless. I'd love to have you on board.
I'm honored, but I'm committed to my current company.
It'd be a shame for you to stay where you are. You've got a solid reputation in the industry. If you started your own business, I'm sure you'd succeed.
I'm far from ready for that. This back and forth lasted longer than the presentation itself. While I was flattered that my skills were recognized, I couldn't help but feel she was laying it on a bit thick. The contract was secured, and I was praised at work, thinking everything had settled down. But then, things took an unexpected turn.
Hello, Yukimune.
Hi, Eri. How have you been?
Are you free this weekend?
Well, I don't have any plans.
How about we grab a meal? I know a great restaurant.
Wait, what? The CEO, Eri, has been persistently pursuing me. At first, it was just an offer to join her company. But lately, she's been pushing me to start my own business.
So, have you made up your mind yet?
I keep telling you, I don't think I have the talent for that.
Overly, modest people aren't well liked, you know. I wouldn't be saying all this if you didn't have what it takes.
Well, maybe you're right, but having dinner with her has become a weekly routine. We've become friends and often talk casually with each other.
After all our conversations, I'm convinced. You're someone who can lead. Believe in yourself.
You really think so?
Your ex-wife's words have stuck with you, haven't they?
Yeah, I guess they have.
I don't think that's true at all. You're dependable, and you manage your finances well.
I'm just stingy.
It's better than being a loser who blows it all on gambling.
I suppose that's true.
If only we had met earlier, I would have supported you.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Exactly what I said. Don't make me repeat it.
Oh no, sorry. I think we both realized at that moment that we were drawn to each other. I decided to trust in her words. Thank you for everything. But why? What's wrong? We can't afford to lose you. I just felt like taking one last adventure in life. But I've been here a long time, and I'll always be grateful to this company. I handed in my resignation and decided to start a new business with her. I don't know if we'll succeed, but for some reason, I feel like we can do it together. I began by leveraging the connections and network I had built at my previous company to promote our new business. This is what we're proposing. I see. That's interesting. Thank you. I hope you'll consider working with us. This is a request from Yukimune, so we'll seriously consider it. Thank you so much. The response to our business was overwhelmingly positive, and more companies were interested in partnering with us. If we can keep increasing our client base and secure stable contracts, we might just pull this off. Word of our business spread quickly, even without me knowing. Hey, have you heard about the new business everyone's talking about in the industry? Of course I have. The female CEO is backing it, and Yukimune, the well-known guy, is leading it. It's got a lot of credibility, plus the concept is pretty solid. I've heard our higher-ups are considering working with them too. Well, if those two are involved, it's definitely trustworthy. Even without actively seeking out clients, the phone started ringing off the hook with companies wanting to do business with us. The company I started began to grow rapidly. Yukimune, could you please sign this? Sure.
The client has just arrived.
I'll be right there. I became busier than ever, far more than when I was an employee, and my days were filled with a whirlwind of activity. But time flies, and before I knew it, the buzz surrounding us helped stabilize the company quickly. My income soared to levels I never imagined as an employee, and I'll forever be grateful to Eri for encouraging me to take the leap.
I knew my instincts were right. Thanks to you, my company's performance has significantly improved as well.
No, you've helped me a lot too. I really appreciate it.
Not at all. Your character is what brought about this success.
Thank you. I'll keep doing my best to live up to your expectations. And by the way,
Is something on your mind?
well, the business is going well, and now I'd like to find a partner in life.
You are trying to say?
So, if you're okay with it, would you walk through the rest of life with me?
I've also felt that you're the only one for me.
So,
I think jumping straight to marriage might be a bit much, but how about we start by dating?
Yes! And so we became a couple. Though we were both busy, we didn't go on many dates. Instead, we often just shared meals together. But somehow, that felt right, and I found this new life to be deeply fulfilling. Work was going well, and just as things were finally starting to settle down, one day... What? A celebration for my new position?
Yes, you haven't had one, right? How about we invite some of the client's CEOs and have a small gathering?
You don't have to do that much.
It's for your benefit too. But I also think it would be helpful to build closer relationships with the clients for the future.
I see. So the celebration is just an excuse to host a networking event with our clients.
Something like that. There are people who genuinely want to celebrate too. So if you are okay with it, how about it?
Of course, that sounds great. Work has been slow, so the timing is perfect.
Alright, I'll start arranging the venue and the date.
The celebration for my new position, organized by Eri. The venue was a small bar, and although there were only a dozen or so people, they were all well-known CEOs in the industry, so I felt a bit nervous. Congratulations, Yukimune. You've always been a great help to us, and we all appreciate it. Thank you. You've all been great to me as well. I was really impressed by that new business of yours. Eri had mentioned that she invited only the most trustworthy clients, which is why it was a small gathering at a modest bar. I couldn't help but admire her skill in pulling it all together. Feeling a bit drained, I excused myself to the restroom, and Eri came over.
Are you okay? Feeling unwell?
No, I am just a little nervous.
It's understandable. There are a lot of CEOs here.
I could never have imagined this back when I was just an employee. You really pulled it off, Eri.
It wasn't just me. Once I mentioned it, everyone was eager to join.
Really?
Yes, you should have more confidence. You are now a CEO on par with those people in the industry.
So, I'm really on the same level as those people now. It was only after Eri said it that I finally began to feel the reality of it. Until then, I had still felt like I was just continuing my life as an employee. But her words made me realize something.
You gathered these people because of your integrity. You should be proud of that.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of overwhelming to think about. Knowing that these amazing people were here for an event centered around me made me feel truly acknowledged, and that made me happy. Look at Yukimune, he's back! Here's a bouquet of flowers from all of us. Thank you, I'm really touched. We look forward to working with you in the future. Our company wouldn't be the same without you, Yukimune. It was different from the gratitude I'd received as an employee. These words came from a recognition of my abilities, and I nearly teared up. I'm glad I worked so hard up to this point. What started as a challenge after Eri's encouragement had been daunting. But now, having gained recognition and seeing the results, I felt relieved and fulfilled.
Hey, Yukimune, what are you doing here?
Long time no see. What's with the bouquet? Did you quit your job or something?
Or did you finally get promoted to section chief?
You are the high school grad everyone used to talk about, right? You've come a long way. The ones who dampened my good mood were my ex-wife Aki and her husband, Yuji. They were laughing at me just like before. This special night was at risk of being ruined. I knew I had to find a way to get them away from the event. However, Aki, possibly drunk, began badmouthing me to the CEOs.
Did you know? This guy is completely unreliable. That's why I divorced him.
Hey, cut it out. You're being a nuisance.
No way. They deserve to know just how useless you are.
Well, you're way too drunk. Aki and Yuji were rudely pestering the CEOs. And no matter what I tried, he was too drunk to listen to me. Just as I was about to call for a staff member, one of the CEOs turned to Aki and asked, "Are you Yukimune's ex-wife?"
That's right. I walked out on him because I couldn't stand it anymore.
She said this with a laugh, but the CEO responded with a smile. Well, that's good for you then, getting rid of such a troublesome person.
That's right.
No, the troublesome person here is you.
What did you say?
Absolutely, making such comments in a setting like this. Yukimune must have had a hard time. Agree.
What are you talking about? This guy is completely useless and unreliable.
Everyone here knows that's not true. In fact, you're the one who barged in, insulted someone, and disrupted the event. Absolutely disgraceful. The CEOs here are standing up for me. That made me feel genuinely happy. What's so great about this old man? Don't say another word. Shut up. Wait. You're the CEO? How disgraceful to think that such a lowly man is the department head at my company. Wait, you know him? I apologize, Yukimune. This fool is a department head at my company. Why are you here, CEO? I thought you had an important dinner tonight. Yes, and you and this woman are ruining that very important dinner. No way. His face turned pale as he froze in place. The CEO then walked over to him. The CEO dragged him over in front of me, and together they both apologized deeply. I deeply apologize for this rudeness at such a celebratory event. Please, look at me. No, it's my responsibility as the CEO to make amends for this disrespect towards you, Yukimune. Wait, are you telling me this important client is... Of course it's him. As soon as the CEO said that, he was stunned. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Please forgive my outrageous behavior.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you still apologizing?
Shut up. My entire career is on the line here.
Why should I show respect to someone like him?
Idiot. This man is one of the most renowned figures in our industry.
What? What do you mean?
He launched a successful new business based on his trustworthy track record and skill. He's a new major player at the center of the industry.
What? How did that happen? When we were married, he was just a low-level employee.
How many years ago was that?
This can't be. I can't believe it. Yukimune actually made something of himself. What's all this commotion? Eri, I'm sorry. She's just my ex-wife. Your ex-wife? She turned and glared at Aki. Wait a minute. Aren't you the admin from our company? Wait! What are you doing here, ma'am? I'm here for the event as well. What exactly have you been up to?
Well, these two suddenly started saying terrible things to Yukimune. So we were just giving them a little lesson.
I see. I didn't know you would be here. It seems you've insulted someone who is not only my valued business partner, but also my boyfriend. Is he your boyfriend? No way!
Eri's expression was colder than I'd ever seen before.
You've also disturbed the other CEOs. Do you realize you've disgraced me? I had no idea.
Her confidence vanished, and she shrank under Eri's stern words, her drunkenness quickly fading. Even if you didn't know, how do you justify those actions? Aren't you ashamed, acting like this at your age?
Exactly. I'm placing you on suspension. Take 2 weeks to reflect on your behavior.
As for you, we'll have a serious discussion about your future in my office tomorrow.
2 weeks? Please let me explain.
I never expected the CEO to be here. Aki, I'm not the unreliable guy I used to be. You're causing trouble for the CEOs, so please leave.
Hey you! How dare you!
Idiot! Let's go, now! After that, they left the bar as if they were fleeing. Alright, let's reset the mood. Let's drink! This is a celebration, after all. Do you have enough to drink? I'm good, thank you.
Drink up, but don't overdo it.
After that, we all enjoyed the rest of the evening, forgetting about Aki and just having a good time. As for what happened to Aki afterward, it turns out she had already been a problematic employee, disliked by her coworkers. On top of that, there were issues like pushing her work onto others and excessive expense claims. After her suspension, it was decided she would be fired.
Why is this happening to me?
Yuji also had reports of misconduct at work, leading to his demotion and transfer to a rural area. If only we hadn't gone to that bar. Since losing their jobs, the two of them have been living in a rundown apartment and apparently argue every day. This is all your fault for messing with your ex-husband.
What? Are you saying this is my fault?
Of course it is.
You are mocking him right alongside me.
Their marriage deteriorated, and they're now in serious financial trouble. Meanwhile, my company continued to grow rapidly. Eri handed over her CEO position to another employee and now helps me with my company. Who would have thought that a former employee like me could become a CEO and even get remarried? Life is full of surprises.
Seiji, this is Misaki. She's going to be your wife.
Lucky you, right? Finally getting married at 40.
What the heck is going on? Well, your parents borrowed money from us. Borrowed money? Why? How much? They owe us about $50,000. But how does that lead to me marrying Misaki? Your parents are struggling to pay it back, so I offered to reduce the debt if you marry my daughter. So, basically, I'm being forced into this marriage to settle their debt? Does stuff like this even happen nowadays? My name is Seiji. I work for a company in the city, and at 40, I've made it to the rank of section chief. But one day, out of the blue, I got a call from my dad, who still lives in my hometown. Hey, Seiji, how have you been? Dad, long time no talk. I'm hanging in there. How about you? We're managing, but your mom and I aren't as young as we used to be, you know? And it's hard to keep up with everything. Yeah, I get that. You and mom are both over 70 now. So, your mom and I are thinking of retiring from the ramen shop. What? You call after all this time just to say you're retiring? What's going to happen in the shop? Well, you're going to take it over. You were so close to your grandpa, you know how to make ramen, right? So, it's all yours. What? And just like that, I suddenly quit my job, moved back to my hometown, and took over the family ramen shop. I always thought I'd return home after retirement anyway. It's just happening sooner than I planned. But I didn't expect the shop to be in such bad shape, and there are hardly any customers. When Grandpa was running it, the place was always packed. I guess we couldn't fight the tides of change. Well, looks like you're managing.
How's it going?
Dad, Mom, as you can see, the place is dead. Anyway, I'm really glad you took over the shop.
Your grandpa loved it so much. He was sure you'd take over one day.
Yeah, the timing's way off, but if I'm doing this, I'm going to give it my all. I'll make this place thrive like it did in Grandpa's day. Oh, that's the spirit. To help you out, we've got some good news for you today.
It's something you might like.
Good news? What is it? Oh, welcome. So this is the guy. Oh, wait, what? Yes, he's been all about work until now, so he's not exactly exciting.
But he's my son, and he's serious and persistent. I think your daughter will find him a good match.
So, what do you think, Misaki?
Whatever.
What? What's going on? Seiji, this is Misaki. She's going to be your wife.
Lucky you, right? Finally getting married at 40.
What the heck is going on? Well, Seiji, your parents borrowed money from us. Borrowed money? Why? How much? Actually, we owed them about $50,000. What? $50,000? How did that happen?
It's to keep your grandpa's ramen shop running.
Grandpa's ramen shop. We worked so hard to keep the shop alive for you, so it would be here when you came back.
But I guess times have changed. No one even looks at places like this anymore.
The customers stopped coming, and the shop was on the brink of closing down. When we were struggling, Mr. Oyama here lent us the money, all $50,000.
This man is the landlord who rents us this land. His name is Mr. Oyama. He also runs a construction company, and he's a really respectable man.
Well, thank you for taking care of my parents, but how does this lead to me marrying Misaki? I lent them the money, but it seems like your parents are having a hard time paying you back, so I offered to reduce the debt if you married my daughter. So, basically, they're marrying me off to pay the debt? Does stuff like this happen these days? Misaki, are you okay with this?
I'm already 34. It's not like I have any other prospects.
And besides, look at me.
As her father, I'm worrying about my only daughter staying single forever. This seemed like a good opportunity to get her married. But still, arranging a marriage without her consent is a bit much, don't you think? And what about you, Dad? Mom, what do you think my life is? Well, we thought it might be tough for you to run the ramen shop all by yourself.
It's for your sake, you know. What if something happens to you? You'll need someone to help, right?
Think about Misaki's feelings. You're basically forcing her into this marriage.
He's thinking about my feelings too.
Misaki, what do you think about this marriage?
Me? If my dad said so, then...
So she doesn't have a say in this? If that's the case, then I have to speak up. Mr. Oyama, if you really care about your daughter's happiness, shouldn't you listen to what Misaki has to say? Even as her father, you can't just decide her future for her. Misaki deserves to choose her own happiness.
Dad,
Is she finally going to speak her mind? What is it?
I'll marry Seiji.
She finally spoke her mind. Wait, what? You're going to marry me? How did it come to this? Well, that's great. The company's president's daughter herself is proposing. You should marry her.
That's right. It will be rude to refuse now.
Since my daughter is saying this, will you marry her? Listening to my parents and Mr. Oyama, I glanced at Misaki. She's the right age, but honestly, she's not really attractive. Not my type at all, and at 40, I'm not exactly eager to get married now. But... Alright, you did all this to save Grandpa's ramen shop. I can't just ignore that and keep running the business, so I'll get married. Well said. That's what a real man will do.
I'm so happy.
But before then, can we at least date for a while? Well, we really prefer if you could get married right away.
And neither of you is getting any younger. The sooner, the better.
But marriage isn't something you just jump into. I want to get to know each other before we tie the knot. In this case, I can let you use one of our apartments. How about living together first? That way you can really get to know each other. Living together?
What are you saying, Dad?
Why not? It's a good idea. How about 3 months? If you both agree after that, you get married. If not, we forget the whole thing. Fine, but don't do anything to make Misaki change her mind.
Just make sure you treat her well.
How desperate are they? But still, they took out that loan for me and Grandpa, so I can't really complain. It's all up to you, Misaki. Anyway, let's start by living together. Looking forward to it, Misaki.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
My life is over. But if it's coming to this, I'm going to make sure that ramen shop does so well in these 3 months that marriage won't even be necessary. But how am I supposed to boost sales? And why is Misaki here at the ramen shop too? There's nothing much to do, right? It's pretty pathetic. I wanted to bring in enough business so marriage wouldn't be necessary, but that seems tough.
I'll go and drum up some customers.
What? Misaki, what are you going to do?
Welcome. How about some delicious ramen?
Wait, she's actually doing it? Wow, customers are really coming in.
Welcome. Here's some water and menu.
Thanks for waiting. That was great. The shop's a bit run down, but the ramen's tasty. I'll be back. Oh, thank you. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much. We did it. Your customer call-out was a big success.
Thank you. It's been so long since we had customers. I'm really happy.
If there's anything else I can do to help, just let me know.
You worked so hard. You must be hungry. Take a seat and relax. I'll make you some ramen. Here you go. I hope you like it, Misaki.
Wow, it looks delicious. Thanks for the meal. It's delicious.
What's wrong? You didn't like it?
No, it's not that. I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong idea. It tastes so nostalgic.
Oh, I'm glad then.
But it's really strange. It doesn't feel like I'm eating this for the first time.
I see. A month has passed since then. Misaki has been helping out every day. She's out front calling in customers, serving those who come in, clearing tables and washing dishes. Thanks to her, we've been getting more customers little by little.
Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you again.
Watching Misaki work with a smile, I noticed. Has she gotten slimmer and more beautiful lately?
Is there something on my face?
No, nothing at all. The more I looked, the more beautiful Misaki seemed. I started becoming more aware of Misaki's charm around this time. Then one day, just before closing, some customers came in. Sorry, we're closed for today. Wait, Dad, Mom, and even Mr. Oyama. Wow, you two really look good together.
Seriously, just get together already.
It's only been a month, but you've had enough time to get to know each other, right?
A month is plenty of time. The sooner you get married, the better.
You're right. Misaki is a wonderful woman, and because of that, I regret how we ended up meeting. I know why this ramen shop was on the brink of closing. Sorry, but we're closed for today. Before you were only open once or twice a month, but now you're open every day? Wait, what do you mean by that? So my parents weren't running the shop every day? I thought you'd be just like your parents, but it seems you're actually doing a good job. What did my parents do? They were out having fun every day, neglecting the shop. The regulars were grumbling, saying the place would go under on your watch. No way. When I heard about the debt, it sounded like my parents had been working hard to keep the shop going. But the truth is, they didn't care about the shop, did they? That's not true. We were busy trying to manage the finances.
Yeah. We were looking for places to lend us money.
But only being able to open once or twice a month? That doesn't make sense. It would have been way more efficient to run the ramen shop every day instead of looking for loans. You were just slacking off, weren't you? If that's why you took out the loan, Mr. Oyama, we don't need you to reduce the debt. My parents should be responsible for paying back what they owe due to their own laziness. What are you saying, Seiji?
We did this for you.
Then I'll help with the repayments too. That should be fair, right? But that wouldn't be enough to pay it all off.
Paying off debt is really tough, you know?
Even so, it's something we need to do. You weren't planning on dodging the debt, were you? Not at all.
We never thought of such a thing.
I don't really care either way, but does that mean you're not marrying Misaki? No. I want to marry Misaki. Please, let me marry her.
What? Seiji, are you sure you are not forcing yourself?
No. I've really fallen in love with Misaki.
But why me?
Not just anyone, because it's you, Misaki. Over this past month, you've supported me selflessly. And more than anything, you're a kind person who shares others' burdens. How could I not fall in love with someone like that?
Would you have loved me even without the debt?
Of course. It's ironic that we wouldn't have met without the debt. But that doesn't change how I feel about you, Misaki. So, will you marry me?
Yes, I love you too, Seiji. Thank you so much.
Mr. Oyama, please, let me marry her.
Dad, please.
That was the plan all along. Then, if you make my daughter cry, you'll regret it. Thank you so much. Well then, let's have both families meet and get this all settled. I'm glad you finally made up your mind, Seiji.
So am I. You did well, Seiji.
I see. They're still hoping for a debt reduction. Speaking of the debt,
Can we reduce it now?
oh, you mean the $200,000? $200,000? Wait a minute. I thought my parents only borrowed $50,000. That's the amount to cover the ramen shop's debt. Your parents also borrowed another $150,000. Mr. Oyama, you were supposed to.
For Seiji.
What? Was I not supposed to mention it? Sorry about that. No one told me to keep it quiet. What's going on? Explain to me what the other $150,000 was used for. Well,
We had our reasons.
I've quit my job and taken over the ramen shop. I've sacrificed my entire career. And more importantly, I'm family. I have a right to know. What did you spend it on? I'll tell you, Seiji. Your parents invested in stocks and failed. Stocks? Why would they even? We had no choice. We couldn't keep running a small ramen shop forever.
We couldn't live a luxurious life without making big money.
So you try to make easy money on the stock market without any real knowledge? Easy money? You don't understand how hard it is to run a ramen shop.
Exactly. You have no idea how much we've struggled.
You were just being lazy. Grandpa worked hard, and that's why the ramen shop thrived when he was around. I'm grateful you took out a loan to cover the shop's debt. Without it, I wouldn't have met Misaki. But the reason we're in this mess is because of your laziness. I'll pay off the shop's $50,000 debt, but I won't help you repay your personal debt. How could you say that? Have you forgotten all we've done for you?
Don't you have any sense of responsibility as the eldest son?
You two should be ashamed of yourselves, trying to saddle your child with your debt. If you still insist on making me responsible, then you're no parents of mine. I'm cutting ties with you. What are you saying? We're family.
That's right. Families should stick together.
My family now is Misaki, who I'm about to marry, and Mr. Oyama, who will be my father-in-law. You two are nothing but strangers to me. Misaki, I'm sorry you had to see this.
It's okay. You accepted me just as I am, Seiji. So, I want to marry you.
If you don't pay off the debt, I won't allow this marriage with Misaki.
Do you know how hard we worked to arrange this marriage with the president's daughter?
That's enough. Let's not cause any more commotion at this happy occasion. Besides, this is one of my regular spots, and I don't want to be banned from here. Oyama's words carried an authority that silenced everyone present. Even my parents couldn't argue anymore. So, we were talking about reducing the debt, right? I'm disappointed in your attitude, but in light of Seiji's sincerity, I'll reduce it. Really?
Thank you so much.
So, how much are we talking about?
Maybe the whole amount. Just maybe.
$50,000. $50,000.
So that leaves $100,000.
I said I covered the $50,000 debt from the shop, so my parents' debt was $150,000. With the $50,000 reduction, there's still $100,000 left, which is a significant reduction. And yet they still have the nerve to complain. What are you talking about? The $50,000 are reduced was Seiji's $50,000. What? Why?
How come?
All you asked me to do was reduce the money I lent, right? So I reduced it. But why Seiji's debt?
Please reduce our debt.
I'm impressed by Seiji's integrity. He willingly took on the shop's debt and genuinely cares for my daughter. A man as honest as Seiji deserves help. But from scum like you two, you get nothing from me. So, what about our debt?
We can't possibly pay $1,500,000.
If you really can't pay it, I've got a good job for you. A friend of mine needs help with crab fishing. It pays about as much as tuna fishing. Crab fishing?
On a boat?
Yeah, you probably won't be coming home every day, but don't worry. Until you pay off the debt, that boat will be your new home. The good thing about being a fisherman is that there's no retirement age. Even folks like you in your 70s can work until you drop. You should be grateful for the job. Seiji, please say you'll pay off the debt for us and save us.
We are family, right? Help us!
Like I said before, my family now is Misaki, who I'm marrying, and Mr. Oyama, who will be my father-in-law. You two are nothing to me anymore. If you're just strangers, I'll have to ask you to leave. Hey, over here. Can I help you? These folks aren't customers. They're just loitering. Please escort them out. Shall I call the police? Oh, yes, please. Until then, keep them here. The police?
Isn't that a bit much?
Excuse me, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave. No, I'm not leaving. I'm your father.
I'm his mother. I won't leave either.
If you don't leave, that's trespassing. And if you cause any more trouble, you could be charged with obstruction of business. If you just leave now, you'll have to go crab fishing. Trespassing? Obstruction of business?
Are you saying this is a crime?
What I'm saying is, get out of here and don't ever show your faces again. Ah!
Eek!
Which customers are causing trouble by refusing to leave? These two right here. Wait. Please wait.
No! No! No!
Are you sure this is okay? My $50,000? It's not just reduced, it's completely forgiven. Yeah, consider it forgiven. Why are you doing this for me? I wanted to repay a favor. Did I do something for you? A long time ago, Misaki might not remember, but exactly 30 years ago, when Misaki was 4 years old, back then, my wife, Misaki's mother, was very ill. So Misaki would sneak out every day, looking for her mother who was no longer there. What's wrong?
I can't find my mummy.
Where's your dad?
He's at work.
I see. That's a problem. Are you hungry? Come with me. Grandpa, this little girl is hungry. Can you make her some ramen? Oh, poor thing. All by herself. Sure, it's on me. Here you go. Eat up. Here, have some.
Thank you. It's delicious.
Right? Now eat up before the noodles get soggy.
Okay.
The little girl from back then was Misaki?
That's why the ramen noodles you made tasted so nostalgic to me.
That's why I wanted to repay the favor. Now I can finally thank you properly. Seiki, thank you for helping Misaki back then. Please, don't put your head down like that. Please lift your head. And I'm the one who should be thanking you. And thank you for bringing Misaki into my life. I promise to cherish her forever. I'm counting on you. Since then, I haven't heard a word from my parents. Honestly, I don't really care what they're up to. But according to Mr. Oyama, they're being put through their paces in crab fishing. I feel so sick from the seasickness.
I want to go home.
If you want to go home sooner, then work faster. Or I'll cancel today's payment. But more importantly, there's something very important we need to do. Well, should we go?
Yes.
We're going to the city office to submit our marriage registration. And so Misaki and I finally got married. 6 months later, thanks to Misaki's hard work, the ramen shop became a thriving, popular spot. Welcome, thank you for coming.
Welcome. Please wait at this table.
Misaki has slimmed down and became even more beautiful from all the hard work. Now had customers coming just to see her. Though it makes me a bit jealous. I'm filled with happiness as I get to run the ramen shop with the woman I love. It's so hot today. I feel like this heat could really make me sick. My name is Ryoichi, and I work for a trading company. Today, I'm heading to a big business meeting with my boss, but... Hurry up! If we don't get a move on, we'll be late for a meeting with Ebina Trading. Yes, sir. You're so slow. You took forever to get ready again today. Do you even realize you're an adult with a job? I'm sorry. The real reason we left late is that the boss dumped some of his work on me. And of course, he'll take all the credit. But since he's been looking out for me since I joined the company, I guess I shouldn't complain. Right? What? That person. Something seems off about him. Excuse me, are you okay? My head. This might be an heat stroke. I need to call an ambulance right away. Hey you, what are you doing? We're going to be late for an important meeting. Just leave that dirty old man alone. But... No, I can't just leave him. Hey. Hello, is this 911? There's an elderly man on the street who looks unwell. Please send an ambulance. Fine, do whatever you want. I'm heading to the meeting. Hang in there. You're going to be okay. I've called an ambulance. After that, I stayed with the old man and went to the hospital with him. It's heat stroke. If treatment had been delayed, it could have become severe. I see. I'm glad I got him help in time. Well, I'll be on my way then. A visitor? She's beautiful. Hearing the doctor's words, I felt relieved, knowing I did the right thing. But because of you, we lost the deal. The client is furious. What are you going to do about it? You're one of our biggest accounts. I'm so sorry. No way. Most of the deal was already done, and everything should have gone smoothly if they just followed the material. Anyway, I'm reporting this to the higher-ups. In the end, I was held responsible for the failed deal and was transferred from headquarters to a rural branch. The branch I was sent to had the lowest sales among all branches. The staff there were cold towards me, arriving at such an unusual time. The coldest of them all was Shiori, the branch's rising star.
You must have messed something up to be transferred at a time like this, right? Just don't cause me any trouble.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not getting a warm welcome at all. But since I'm here, I have no choice but to give it my all. So, I put all my effort into doing whatever I could. It's all I could do. Heading out for sales calls. Ryoichi is such a nice guy. The other day, he helped me with my work and stayed late to finish it.
And he's really fast at his job too. Why was he demoted?
Sales calls in this heat are exhausting.
Here, take this.
What?
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Shiori.
When people come from the main office, they usually look down on our branch and have terrible attitudes. So I was on guard. But you're different.
After earning the trust of the branch's employees, I work harder than ever. I also implemented the sales techniques in the efficiency systems I learned at the main office, which led to a significant improvement in the branch's performance.
Who would have thought our branch, which was always at the bottom in sales, would climb to the top ranks? It's all thanks to you, Ryoichi, for setting up those systems.
I couldn't have achieved this alone. It's because everyone worked so hard.
Ryoichi.
By the way, did you hear? Since you left, the main office's sales have plummeted.
They might start demanding, bring Ryoichi back.
That will be a problem. You are indispensable to our branch now, Ryoichi.
Shiori,
Not just to the branch, you know.
What are you talking about?
I'm glad to hear that, but there's no place for me to return at the main office.
Are you sure about that?
Shiori and everyone at the branch held me in high regard. I needed to work even harder to live up to their expectations. One day I was thinking that I had heard the rumors, but this place is really out in the sticks. It must be tough for you out here. Manager, what brings you here? Rejoice, Ryoichi. I'm bringing you back to the main office. What? Why all of a sudden? I figure you learned your lesson by now. I pulled some strings for you. You don't want to stay in this backwater forever, do you? Sorry, but I have to decline. What? Are you serious? After I went through the trouble of arranging this for you. I'm sorry, but I've decided to stay and do my best here. I see. You're just basking in the praise of people who don't know about your failure. You think you're a hosta because you got lucky with the results. But this is as far as it goes. Fine then. I'll tell the branch the truth. I'll let them know you're an irresponsible jerk who abandons his work and does whatever he wants. What? Then you'll have no place here either. No.
Don't be ridiculous.
Shiori?
I've been quite long enough listening to you say whatever you want. I know why Ryoichi didn't go to that meeting. It was because he was helping someone.
What? How do you know that?
A friend I made at the company-wide event works at the main office, and she told me everything in an email. Even it was an important meeting, I can't trust someone who would abandon a person in need. If I have to work with someone, I'd much rather it be someone kind-hearted like Ryoichi.
That's right.
We are all on Ryoichi's side.
You guys.
The reason the deal fell through in the first place is because you left everything to Ryoichi and didn't understand the details yourself, right?
Wait. Is that true?
And now you're winning that things didn't go well without Ryoichi. It's like you're announcing to everyone that you are incompetent.
Shut up. If he had done his job properly, none of this would have happened. Besides, even if he was helping someone, the person was homeless. What's the point of helping someone at the bottom of the society? It's obvious that the prioritizing the company's profits should come first. That's what it means to be a professional.
What kind of person?
The manager shouted, his face bright red. Seeing that, I thought to myself once again, I can't follow this person anymore. Please leave, manager. If those words represent the company's stance, then I can't work at the main office. What? You. Damn it. Don't come crying to me when you regret this.
I'm sorry I overstepped. Did I ruin your chance to return to the main office?
It's fine. I'm glad you stood up for me. And like I said earlier, I don't plan on going back to the main office. I want to work here with everyone else.
Ryoichi!
After that, our team became more united than ever, and we threw ourselves into our work. As a result, our branch's sales continued to soar. Delivery for Ryoichi. Mail? For me? I wonder what it is. An invitation to the company's anniversary party. And it's for 2 people. The event's this Sunday, but why me? Aren't these things usually for executives?
Well, it's because you're exceptional. Our branch now has the best sales in the entire company. It wouldn't be surprising if the president personally recognized you. In fact, it would be weird if they didn't.
I guess that's too much, but Shuri, would you like to come with me?
Me? Why?
I've never been to a party like this, and to be honest, I'm a bit nervous. I'd feel more comfortable if you were there with me.
I see. So that's what this is about. Right. No other intentions, of course.
Did you say something?
Nope. Nothing at all. I'd be happy to go with you.
With that, Shuri blushed bright red and quickly walked away. Shuri mad? But why? Ryoichi, you're so good at your job, but you're clueless when it comes to women's feelings.
Seriously.
Then, on the day of the party, wow, there are so many people here at the anniversary party. Lots of important clients are here too. I'm starting to get nervous. Maybe a regular employee like me doesn't belong here.
Come on, stand up straight. You were officially invited, so hold your head high.
Easier said than done, right? Oh no, he's here too. Well, of course he is. He's the manager from the main office.
Look at him, sucking up to the big shots, desperate to make connections. I can't stand it.
Well, they say getting in good with execs is important for climbing the ladder. Not that it matters to me since I don't work at the main office. Is that you? No, she noticed me. Well, if it isn't Ryoichi, I never expected to see you here. It's been a while. After causing such a huge mess, you've got some nerves showing your face around here. Everyone, listen up. This is the guy who ruined that big deal. Though, I must say, he did reflect on his mistakes and has been doing fairly with all the branches since then. Of course, that's thanks to my guidance.
This guy?
I noticed Shuri trembling with anger, her fist clenched. Just as I was about to speak to stop her from exploding.
Ryoichi! There you are. I've been looking for you.
For what?
Thank you so much for what you did back then. I can't imagine what would have happened if you weren't there.
Not sure I follow.
Wait! Aren't you Reina, the actress? I'm a huge fan! I follow you on social media and watch all your dramas.
Really? Thanks so much.
But Reina, what brings you to this party?
I insisted on coming. I wanted to personally thank the man who saved my grandfather's life.
Grandfather?
Saved his life? It's been a while, young man. You're standing there was the elderly man I had helped that day. But unlike before, he was now dressed in a clean, elegant suit. The moment the executive saw the old man, the atmosphere grew tense. One of them finally spoke up with great respect. My goodness, isn't this the chairman of Avina Trading? Chairman? But he didn't look anything like. Thank you, Ryoichi. If it weren't for you, I don't know what would have happened to me. It was nothing. I just did what anyone would do. Help someone in need.
Ryoichi.
Damn it. When did Ryoichi get close to the chairman of Avina Trading? They're our biggest client. This could be bad. It's truly an honor to meet the chairman of Avina Trading. I must apologize for the incident during our last meeting. Ryoichi here decided to help a thoroughly homeless person, which caused the deal to fall through. Manager, what are you saying?
Shut up and stay quiet. I'm trying to salvage that deal here. If we grew enough, they might give us another chance, and I'll need your help to close it.
But... pardon me. As you can see, I've given Ryoichi a stern reprimand, so we greatly appreciate another opportunity to discuss the deal.
Don't give me that crap! How dare you joke around after abandoning my grandfather, right?
What the? Reina?
That's so cool! Now that I think about it, you are playing the role of a gang leader in your current drama, right?
Yeah, that's right. What are you doing?
It's because you insulted my grandfather.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, Reina, that's enough.
Grandpa, honestly, how many times have I told you to take more interest in your clothes?
Well, as long as I have something to wear, I'm not too fussed about it.
See? That's why this jerk called you a dirty old man and a homeless person.
What? So that old man was... Oh. Exactly. No way. In fact, from what I've heard, the deal fell through because there were issues with your presentation. Even though Ryoichi had meticulously prepared for everything beforehand, you didn't seem to have a grasp on any of it. It looks like you planned to dump all the work on him and take the credit for yourself. But when it came down to it, you couldn't manage anything on your own. We can't trust someone so dishonest. Chairman. Hey, Ota, what's going on here? This isn't what you told me. Well, I know something was off. Ever since you transferred him, the main office sales have been plummeting. Meanwhile, the branch you were sent to, which used to be at the bottom in sales, has seen a remarkable turnaround. So it turns out all the success was thanks to him. Sales is a business where integrity matters. And from what I've seen of his work, it's clear he's highly capable as well. I hate to bring this up at a celebratory event, but a company that doesn't properly recognize its talented employees has no future. You're absolutely right. As expected, the chairman of Avina Trading, such wise words. This is bad. This is really bad. If this keeps up, my position in this company will be completely ruined. Please, Ryoichi, help me out here. Help you? How? I don't care how, just cover for me. I've done so much for you, haven't I? If you don't, I'm finished. Come on, I'm begging you. I refuse. What did you say?
It's true that you've helped me out since I joined the company. That's why I put up with all your unreasonable demands and even let you take credit for my work.
But the day I saw you abandon someone and went to the business meeting, I knew I couldn't follow you anymore. How dare you? Just because you won over the chairman, you think you can talk down to me? If I had known that old man was the chairman. If you had known he was the chairman, you say? No, you're wrong. It doesn't matter who the person is. Saving a life is the right thing to do. That's just common decency. Before you start talking about being a professional, you should go back and relearn the basics of being a human.
Exactly, Ryoichi.
Maybe I got a little too fired up. I guess I got caught up in Reina's intensity.
Not at all. You should have said even more.
As expected from my grandfather's saver, you've got guts.
Reina, you're still in character. After that, rumors about the incident at the anniversary party spread, and Oda found himself in an increasingly uncomfortable position. Well, it's no surprise. After all, he got on the bad side of the chairman of Revitalizing Trading, our biggest client. It's only natural that the other employees start treating him like a pariah.
On top of that, it came to light that Ota had been overburdening other employees and taking credit for their work.
As a result, even the executives he had been sucking up to turned their backs on him, and he was sidelined from the fast track to promotion, eventually being demoted to a dead-end position. Unable to bear the humiliation, the prideful Ota eventually quit in disgrace. With that said, with his reputation from dumping work on others and kissing up to superiors, finding a new job won't be easy. Damn it! Rejected again. If I can't find a job soon, I won't be able to pay off my mortgage. My wife's left me, and I'm all alone. Maybe I should move to a cheap apartment. How did it come to this?
Meanwhile, I'm still enjoying my work at the branch with Shiori and the others.
A message from Reina?
Your passionate speech the other day was electrifying. How about we grab dinner together sometime?
Wow, a scandal with an actress.
No, it's not like that. This isn't what you think.
Oh, it's not? Then I don't need to hold back, right?
What do you mean by that?
It's a secret.
Hey, wait, Shiori.
Oh no, I'm barely gonna make it to the meeting on time. My name's Yusuke, and I'm 40 years old. I'm the sales manager at a mid-sized company that specializes in electronic components and software development. Right now, I'm on my way to a matchmaking meeting. My date? Reiko, a female department head from one of our client companies. The client's CEO, who's fond of me because of my easygoing nature, arranged the whole thing. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable around her, but, well, it's all part of the job, I guess.
Reiko's a tough one, so I better hurry, right?
Ouch.
Are you okay? Let me help you.
I'll give you a hand too.
Thank you, both of you.
I'm so glad you are here. I couldn't have gotten the wheelchair up by myself. I'm Minami, and you are?
Oh, I'm Yusuke. Here's my business card.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all out of business cards.
By the way, are you okay? You seemed like you were in a hurry.
Oh, actually, I'm about to be late for a matchmaking meeting. Well, I guess I'm already late now.
What? Is that okay?
Well, I think they'll understand once I explain. Hello?
What do you mean by being late to our meeting?
I'm sorry. An elderly woman in a wheelchair fell over on the side of the road.
What? That's your excuse? If you're going to lie, at least make it believable.
No, I'm not lying.
You should have prioritized our meeting over some stranger.
What?
Wow, that's harsh. She's not getting it at all.
Minami. Shh.
Wait, what was that voice just now? Oh, I get it. The contract's off. I never want to see your face again.
What? Wait, hold on. She hung up.
Are you okay?
Did I hear her say something about canceling a contract?
Don't worry about it. It's my problem. I can't believe she actually canceled the contract. This is going to be a big issue. The next day, when I arrived at work, it was clear that everyone was giving me the cold shoulder. So, I heard you skipped out on your matchmaking meeting with the department head of one of our biggest clients, no less, an electronics and telecommunications giant. Thanks to her spreading the story around, you're now seen as public enemy number 1 to women. Are you serious? This is the worst.
Public enemy? More like a hero, don't you think?
Minami, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, so I came to check on you using the business card you gave me. But it looks like things are pretty tough. It's my fault, isn't it? I feel responsible now.
No, it's not your fault, Minami. I should have handled it better. Minami?
Hey, how about I give you a hand?
A week later, Reiko came to see me. Even though she said she never wanted to see my face again. Despite thinking that, I handled her visit professionally as her point of contact. What brings you here? I thought our contract with your company was terminated.
Well, ever since we cut ties with your company, we've been experiencing delays in the production of our main products.
I figured as much. Our electronic components are of plenty high quality, so they're essential for producing the latest equipment.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Your company's tech is impressive. That's why I want you to start delivering parts to us again.
Deliver again? Are you serious? You're the one who wanted to cancel the contract in the first place.
Given the situation, I don't really have a choice. If you agreed to deliver, I'll forgive you for ditching our meeting. I mean, without our contract, you must be having a tough time at work, right? It's not a bad deal for you.
Her prickly tone irritated me. In her mind, I'm the bad guy no matter what. On top of that, she thinks she can act all high and mighty just because she's a valued client. Wow, you really do have that condescending attitude, don't you?
What? You got a problem with that?
Yeah, I do. So I don't need your forgiveness. And in return, I'm not delivering any parts.
What?
I admit it was my fault for missing our meeting, but I did explain the situation to you.
That ridiculous excuse? Who in their right mind would believe that?
You're free to think that, but to subtly change your tune and demand what's convenient for you, I can't accept that. Anyway, since the contract was terminated, there won't be any deliveries.
What? How dare you? Do you even realize what you've done?
What do you mean?
Do you have any idea how hurt I was when you didn't show up that day? Do you know how humiliating it is to sit at a matchmaking meeting waiting for someone who never comes?
Ugh.
Listen up. Making a woman feel humiliated is a serious crime. You're nothing but a despicable, low-life man. You hurt me, so you have an obligation to listen to me and do as I say.
What kind of obligation is that? But like I've said repeatedly, there were circumstances that caused me to be late.
Besides, you don't have the right to defy me after ditching our meeting to flirt with some young woman.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I clearly heard a woman's voice over the phone at that time. No way, seriously?
That's the worst.
This is bad. If this keeps up, I'll be branded as public enemy number 1 with women again. What should I do?
Is this the woman's voice you heard?
Who the heck are you?
Minami.
Hi there, I'm the person who happened to be there when he was helping someone.
Wait, she's real?
Yes, an elderly woman in a wheelchair fell while trying to avoid a bicycle, and he helped me lift her up. Wheelchairs are surprisingly heavy. I'm so glad he was there to help.
So Yusuke was telling the truth.
I'm sorry, Yusuke.
No worries, as long as you understand now.
Glad to see your name cleared. Although, your matchmaking partner didn't believe you at all back then. In the end, she even talked about canceling the contract, which really surprised me. But thanks to that, we were able to secure a contract with your company.
What? What do you mean, secure a contract?
I apologize for the late introduction. This is who I am.
Sunshine Technologies. You are the president?
Surprised that such a young and beautiful woman is the CEO of a rival company? Our company develops and sells high-end tech products, but we're still in the growth stage. I was just thinking we needed a lot of high-quality electronic components when I met him. I saw an opportunity and offered a contract with even better terms than your company.
I was surprised too. I never expected to get such a good deal.
That's how much I wanted to work with you. Your attitude toward that elderly woman showed me you were someone trustworthy. And of course, I got the chance to step in because your previous contract fell through.
This can't be. You'll regret this.
Reiko shot me a venomous glare before storming off, clearly frustrated. Regret this? That sounds like something a villain would say.
But you should be careful. With that attitude, I doubt she's going to let this go so easily.
I really hope this is the end of it. But unfortunately, Minami's words turned out to be prophetic. Hello, is the department manager in? What's going on? Oh, it's you. Sorry, but we can't do business with your company right now. What? Why not? We want to work with reliable partners. I know you're not a bad person, but under these circumstances... Wait, hold on. What in the world is happening? Hello, Minami? Is something wrong?
Yusuke, this is bad. There's a ton of slander about you online.
What?
That Yusuke guy is a con artist who uses women to land deals.
I heard Yusuke's doing some pretty shady stuff to get contracts.
Lying scumbag. If you do business with his company, you'll just end up betrayed.
Anonymous message boards and social media were flooded with hateful comments about me that Minami showed me. What is this? It's all lies. How can we get this taken down?
It might be tough to get it all taken down. The posts are everywhere.
Really? Because I'm not very familiar with the internet, I didn't notice until much later, but by then, the situation had gotten pretty serious.
Once something's posted online, even if you manage to delete it, it just gets reposted. It's like playing whack-a-mole.
So what should I do?
There's only one thing to do. You have to destroy the mole's den.
What do you mean?
I mean, you need to take down the source of the rumors.
Minami sounded incredibly confident. It seems like she's pretty tough when it comes to handling situations like this. Fitting for a company president.
Just leave it to me. I'll show them what happens when they mess with one of my favorites.
Minami, that's kind of scary.
Excuse me.
Wait, Minami, calm down. This is someone else's company.
Is Reiko here? We need to have a word.
You too? What do you want?
You know exactly what we want, don't you? I have connections with some lawyers. We've already filed a request for disclosure to prove that you've been spreading slander about him.
What the heck?
You didn't think I'd go that far, did you? Maybe Yusuke, with his single-minded focus on sales, wouldn't have thought of it, but...
Hey, watch how you say that.
But I'm not the kind of person who would just sit quietly while a valuable colleague is unfairly insulted.
A valuable colleague. You seem to be awfully attached to him for just a colleague, don't you?
That's rich, coming from you of all people. And what you're doing is a serious crime. You know that, right?
Shut up! This isn't that big of a deal.
Reiko, is this true?
President, this is,
First, you cancel a contract on your own, and now you're spreading slander. How many problems do you plan on causing? And don't forget, it was you who insisted on that matchmaking meeting, so I asked Yusuke as a favor to you. Was that really the case? Yes, you asked me to try to set things up between you two. I liked you, so I didn't think it was a bad idea. But it seems you were upset because your pride was hurt when he was late, and you also misunderstood the nature of their relationship. I'm truly sorry. No, you don't need to apologize, President.
what is this? Everyone against me. I'm not the one at fault here. He's the one to blame for everything.
Reiko, what are you talking about?
But...
What a mess. What should I do? Hey, Minami. Wait. Where'd she go? Minami? Where on earth did she...
I'm not at fault. There's no way I could believe such a ridiculous story about helping an elderly woman in a wheelchair. You probably just double-booked a date with that woman and forgot about our matchmaking meeting. That's the only explanation. And now you're lying about helping someone to make me look like the bad guy.
Reiko. The president hurriedly tried to intervene as Reiko's anger escalated. That's when it happened.
He's not lying.
You're the person from that day.
Thank you for your help back then. You really saved me.
We exchanged contact information that day, and since then, we've become good friends. So, when I told her about what was happening with you, she said she wanted to help.
I couldn't just sit back and do nothing when my savior was in trouble. No way! It was true.
I deeply apologize. I had no idea I was involving someone like you in all of this.
President? What's going on?
Reiko, don't you realize who this person is? This is our company's largest shareholder.
What? You see, President, this man helped me when I fell on the side of the road. Even though he had a matchmaking meeting scheduled, he took the time to help me. He's a kind and wonderful person. But the person on the phone was saying some terrible things to him. They said he should have prioritized the matchmaking meeting over helping a stranger.
Reiko, did you really say something like that? How could you?
Well, now that all the truth has come to light, what will you do?
I didn't mean any harm. I just wanted to be a little spiteful, and that's why I did this. I didn't really mean what I said on the phone. I was just a bit out of sorts and said something I didn't mean.
Didn't mean it. It sure sounded genuine to me.
Anyway, you shouldn't have cut it so close if you knew you had a matchmaking meeting. If you had just planned better, none of this would have...
Reiko. First of all, your slander has caused misunderstandings with our business partners. So I can't just let this go. I'm going to sue you for defamation.
No, I just...
But I also believe that my own actions contributed to pushing you this far. I should have had a proper conversation with you when the matchmaking talk first came up.
A conversation?
Instead, I tried to please a client without considering your feelings and didn't face the situation properly.
Stop! Please! Wait, don't say any more.
I'm sorry, but I can't return your feelings. I truly apologize. After that, I sued Reiko for defamation and sought damages. The court recognized the severity of her actions, repeatedly posting slander from multiple accounts, which resulted in a substantial amount of compensation. Furthermore, she was demoted as she had to take responsibility for the production delays caused by the lack of deliveries from my company. It seems that the whole incident with Reiko has become quite the topic of gossip around her. Apparently, it's taken a serious toll in her mental state.
Did you hear? Reiko supposedly slandered the guy online just because he stood her up at a matchmaking meeting.
No way, that's insane. Was she that desperate to get married?
Everyone's so cruel. None of them understand how I feel.
Later, Reiko filed a complaint with the company, claiming she was being harassed by other employees. This led to a temporary decrease in people gossiping about her, but it seems the rumors continued behind her back. In fact, some people even said it was hypocritical of her to complain. considering how much she had slandered others. Moreover, losing favor with the company's largest shareholder made her position at the company untenable, and she found it increasingly difficult to stay. In the end, Reiko resigned and returned to her hometown. Now she's reportedly getting by with part-time jobs, trying to make ends meet. However, even in the countryside, rumors about her have already spread, and it looks like she'll be facing tough days ahead. As for me, the misunderstandings at work have been cleared up, and I'm more focused on my job than ever before. This whole situation has made me rethink the importance of keeping the right distance in professional relationships as a salesperson. Moving forward, I want to be even more sincere and maintain a proper distance when dealing with clients. That's my intention. But...
Hey, Yusuke. Don't you think it's about time you joined my company?
Minami, you're bringing that up again?
I'll keep asking until you say yes. I really want to work with someone as sincere as you. Or, you could make it a permanent job with me.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?